How'd your guys look today?
Excellent. Yeah, I thought we had a perfect morning. Horses worked really well. Seemed to handle the track great. Very happy.
Specifics on each one, maybe?
You know, Tapit Trice started out, went a half. Good steady breeze throughout. Was on the bridle, traveling well in hand. Seemed to get over the track really comfortably. You know, sometimes when you come in here, you'll see horses kind of bobble a little bit and the ground will break away from them. And I thought in Tapit Trice's case and Forte's, they were perfect. You know? So happy to see that.
How much improvement have you seen, and how would we judge it, in Forte from he's 2 for 2 at 3, and then he was a Breeders' Cup and Eclipse champion at 2? I mean, are you seeing the progression, and how's that manifesting itself?
Well, I mean, if you kind of look at his progression number-wise, if you're a sheet follower, you know, he's kind of made those little steps forward each start. Same thing with Tapit Trice, and you know, what I'm encouraged by with both of them is that how they handled the mile and 1/8, how they finished in their final preps going a mile and 1/8 gives you confidence that they'll continue to improve stretching out.
Todd, Forte is the most accomplished horse in the race. He's going to be the favorite. How did he, after what he had to endure to win the Florida Derby and the wide trip, how has he progressed? What have you seen in the morning since that race?
He's a very straightforward professional horse to train. He's push button. You know, when Irad asked him to sit off of his workmate a little bit this morning, he's very comfortable doing that. When he pressed go, he quickly accelerated to go put a head in front of his workmate. And, he's just a very straightforward professional horse. And you know, like I said, what impressed me the most about the Florida Derby is what he did the final 1/8 of a mile, because not too many horses will you see make up that kind of ground that quickly late in a race.
Right. And to be able to handle anything, maybe what he'll have to handle in the Derby.
Yeah, I mean, there's no scenario like we'll see on Derby Day anywhere. But you know, the fact that he handled a good crowd at the Florida Derby and extended saddling paddock and very extended post parade, you know, those kind of things. You know, I think the fact that he handled all that well gives us encouragement he'll do the same here.
And the fact that Irad's been on him on every race and knows him so well, added confidence, one of the greatest riders we're seeing right now.
Yeah, Irad's riding terrifically, and you know, he has a good rapport with this horse. He knows him well. He's, as you said, ridden him every start and also been on him a lot in the morning, so you know, that's an added benefit.
When you're this far out, what are some of the things you're looking for when they hit the track?
Just, you know, like we saw this morning, the fact that they both got over the ground well, seemed to handle the footing extremely well, and, you know, you're looking for good energy and really just more of what we've been seeing from them all along.
Figure pretty much the same thing next week when you take them out again?
We'll probably do a little less next week. We'll play it by ear and see how the week goes.
Have you ever brought a horse here, a Derby horse here, and thought you didn't like the way they were getting over the track, and you thought this is going to be a long week or a long couple of weeks?
Yeah, we've had a few of those, and what's weird is had a couple of them, and they ran better than I thought they would, you know, and they didn't seem to handle it that great. And then you know, I remember Charming Kitten, who was pure turf horse and didn't seem to handle it at all, but we gave him a try, and he actually handled it better in the afternoon than I thought. And, you know, we've all talked about that before. Sometimes the track's different on race day than it is preparation for it. But, you know, I remember Verrazano coming here, and you could see like he was just, you know, bobbing his head every 3 or 4 strides, just the ground was slipping away from him. That had me concerned. And same thing with Dunkirk when we were here, and the forecast was rainy, and you could tell he wasn't handling an off track as well as a fast one. And so, yeah, sometimes you can get some clues to that, and things can sometimes work out differently in the afternoon.
And you've been in the Derby as many times as you have, you still get excited when you get closer to the race?
It goes without saying, yeah. I mean, you know, watching the forecast really closely all week, worrying about which day to go. Glad we were able to get it in on the scheduled day, and the rain held off long enough. So, yeah, I mean, these, you know, these workouts become super, super important, and keep you up at night waiting for them.
We always ask this question, the public still likes it. What do these two remind you of any other horses you brought up to the Derby, Todd? as far as Tapit, Trice, and Forte?
No, I mean, I think in both horses' case, it reminded me a little bit of Always Dreaming, just that, you know, we had such a good schedule all winter and everything kind of just, you know, continued to fall into place. So, with the exception we got here with Always Dreaming, he got super aggressive, and these two colts have settled in perfectly.
And you brought him in a little bit earlier than maybe in the last few years, is that right?
No, it's the same as we've done the last few years.
Yeah.
Just kind of, you know, it's when you have a couple of them coming from different venues, we didn't want to ship Tapit Trice back to Florida and then back up here a week later, so we felt like the easiest thing to do was consolidate here.
And you came in with Always Dreaming as a favorite, and he got it done.
Yep, he's the only favorite we've run, so we'll see if go off favorite again, keep the streak alive.
Any word on a jockey for King's Barnes at this point?
Nothing firmed up yet, but I think we'll probably do something by the week, you know, by Sunday.